Okay, I just wanted to show you a very quick movie of how to use the Apple II on the Raspberry Pi for everyday modern usage. So apologies if the screen's got a little bit of reflection on it. I tried my best to take that away, but unfortunately it's just not that easy. So I'm looking at a real Apple II here. This is the Apple IIe 128K, and for this video I'm going to show you 6 things effectively on the that I can do with my Apple II connecting up to the Raspberry Pi. Number one of those is going to be multitasking with the use of the tool Screeny combined with Screen. Then there's web browsing with e-links. There's also going to be email with the Alpine tool. Next there's going to be news, the Apple II Newsgroup particularly, using Alpine also. And then next up we've got real-time chat with IRC, and then finally Twitter. So I appreciate some of you may have seen this, this sort of stuff shown already, but this is a quick demonstration to those of you who haven't seen it. Seen these things before, so you can use your Apple II for modern uses, even where you think that you possibly couldn't have before. So let's get started. First things first with multitasking. So the Unix or Linux system itself is a multitasking system. You can run many commands multitasking, running at one time. In fact, any Linux or Unix user will know if you type PS, you can see all the commands running at any one time on a system. They're all multitasking. But really, multitasking, if you're used to iOS, is the ability to swap between applications rapidly. And if you're in something like Mac OS X, then it's even easier than that, because you can have multiple windows on the screen at one time. So let's take the multitasking approach that iOS has, though, for the Apple II. So the ability to quickly chop and change between running applications. So we're going to fire up a program called Screeny for that. You can get this by typing apt-get. I'll just show you there. Sudo apt-get install Screeny from your command line there, and that will install it for you. But I've already got that installed. And you can see I've already set it up with a few sessions. To create a new session, you just hit A and then give it a name, so and then the program that you want to execute. So bash in this, and you can see number 5 there is the one that I want to execute, and you can see it's just launched me a bash shell here. Okay, so I can quickly jump back by holding the Control A and D key. So Control A and then pressing D. You can see the list of running applications again. So quickly back to that bash section, and as you can see, it takes me straight back. This is where I am, and I just press Control A and then press D, and you can see it goes back to that list. I'll just show you that one more time. Press 5, and you can see this is where I am, is exactly where we left off. So I'll just type an exit now to clear that off, and you can see the programs I have running. So as I said, this is multitasking using Screeny. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is the ability to use the web browser, e-links. It is fairly helpful, but however, you have to set up key bindings if you want it to get it to be useful, because on my keyboard anyway, in the Apple II, the cursor keys don't really work as intended, so I had to use alternate key bindings, which you can use with the escape key. So there is a menu. You can press the S key and then press K, and you can change the key bindings in there. It's probably better to do this via SSH with a proper keyboard, because it requires the use of the cursor keys to make these settings. But I've done H, J, K and L, the VI keys, to move up and down. You can see I'm moving the cursor up and down there. So browsing the web with a text web browser like this one, e-links, there's also LYNX links, have their pros and cons, and obviously some websites like the one I've got here, text files, is nice and easy to browse because it's made for a text browser. You can quickly jump to a text link by moving over it and just hitting return on it, and here's the page here. Also, if you press the full stop, the dot key, you can see that it toggles on and off the numbers beside each link. So if I wanted to go to this one here, number 10, rather than having to cursor all the way over it, I can just type in number 10 and hit return, and it takes me to the particular web page in question. Obviously, if you want to go to a new URL, you just type in G and hit the URL that you want to go to. So in this particular case, let's go to Google, and you can see that I'm on the Google webpage. So I'll just move my cursor over to this field here and say Raspberry. And you can see our search is now for the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so that's basically using the web on the links, or the eLinks web browser in this particular case. And eLinks web browser, I'm using that one particularly because it supports JavaScript and more advanced things that the Links browser sometimes does not. But sometimes for compatibility, sometimes you have to go back to LYNX links. Okay, so the next thing up is email using Alpine. So I'll choose number 2 from there. You note I did Control-A-D to get back to this menu, and you can see there is my email, which is using Gmail, and I can post up a link on the website to show you how to use Gmail with your Raspberry Pi. Let's go to message number 45 here. It's from Eventbrite telling me I've got some tickets. This is my own personal Gmail, and you can see right here I've got I asked there's your order confirmation. So I've got myself some tickets. Fantastic. Alright, so you can then reply to the message just like you would imagine. Press R there and say no to that. And there's the email there already that I can send out. Hello, and there, thanks for the email. Okay, I'll just cancel out of that. And I'll go back in now. Now we'll look at Alpine News, which is the Newsgroups. So if you're not familiar with Newsgroups, basically way back in the beginning days of the internet, we used Newsgroups or NNTP to post up on what we now term as forums. And you can see right here the last number of messages coming in on the Apple II Chat menu, on the Apple II Chat site, and you can see people talking away there, and you can reply just as you could with a normal email. Back to the message index, and we can go up to the previous page and see messages like you would imagine. So it's very straightforward, very easy to do both emails and also news groups on the Apple II with Alpine. Next I'm going to show you IRC Chat. Now IRC Chat is also fairly antiquated but still relevant today method of chatting on the internet. As you can see in the Apple II Chat forum, there's plenty of people talking away. So I'll just say hi to the video, and hopefully if anybody is on the video at the moment, or on the channel I should say, they hopefully say hi as well. So that's just a quick example of how you can use IRC Chat as well, and that's launched with A2 Chat at the prompt if you're using Apple II Cloud. Obviously check my previous videos on how to set up an Apple II with the Raspberry Pi, as well as using A2 Cloud to do all of that. Finally, we're going to show you Twitter, which is a program called TTYTTER. Okay, so just select that and have a look here, and you can see right now there's lots of tweets that I follow, lots of people. And you can write a tweet just by simply saying, just by typing it and hitting return. So I'll just say, testing Twitter from my Apple. And that tweet is now posted on my Twitter stream, and you can see all of the tweets that have come in and so forth. You can do things like follow a particular person just by typing in their handle. You can reply to a particular tweet and so forth just by doing these sort of things. So it's a very straightforward, very easy way to use Twitter, even on a 1970s era computer. So there you go. That's just a summarization there, a quick summarization. Multitasking with Screeny, eLinks web browsing, Alpine email, Alpine news, IRC chat, and of course Twitter with TTYTTER. I hope this has been valuable to you. If you've got any other things or any suggestions that I should tack on to the end of this video, then please do drop me some comments and check out the blog at apple2.aliross.co.uk. Until next time, thanks a lot for watching.